Good afternoon. It's Saturday, February 19th, 2022, and we're here at the home of the Southern Maine Community College for today's exciting quarterfinal women's basketball action between Great Bay Community College and the Southern Maine Community College Seawolves. This is Steve Schwartz, along with Jeff Schools, our game producer and analyst, for the YSCC Sports Network, bringing you today's action live from South Portland. Folks, it's going to be an interesting game, let's say, as Southern Maine is ranked second. They're 12-2 in the conference, 18-3 overall. Great Bay 1-13 this year and 3-14 overall, 1-13 in the conference. They're ranked 7th out of 8 teams. Southern Maine is ranked 2nd out of 8. And we're going to have player introductions here. You can take a look and see that 1-13 versus 12-2. And look at that difference in average points, 28.5 to 76.5.
Yeah, it's and also we already talked pregame, Steve, that Great Bay is short-staffed. They have 5 players, and that's going to be a tough road to hoe.
You know, we can say that already this year there have been 3 games, actually 1 game this year, 92-9, but the last 2 years, Southern Maine has beaten Great Bay 112-21 and 105-22. So you said, Jeff, that they had been, Great Bay actually out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a decent team just a few years back before the pandemic.
Yeah, they were on track and had some really good players, and unfortunately I think the pandemic has just really killed the numbers, and a lot of teams are facing that same struggle, so it's not just Great Bay. But Brian Scott's a good athletic director down there, and they'll get this ship righted at some point. All right, we might as well toss it down to Glenn Sear.
First for the visiting Herons. At guard, number 2, Jocelyn Miller. Also at guard, number 10, Valerie Conley.
Jocelyn Miller, the number 1 player on the team.
Also at guard, number 12, Gianna Portelli. At forward, number 13, Madison Lovely.
She averages a double-double.
And finally,
11
number
points
23,
a game,
Sydney McCarthy. The Herons are coached by Brian Scott and assisted by
Miller, the leader
Issa
in
Janice.
rebounds, 6 points and 6 rebounds a game. Lovely, the leader in points, averaging, I believe, a double-double, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
11-11 this year. So even that category is just above Miller. Here come the Seawolves. You didn't record that wolf howl, did you, Jeff?
No, that was not me. I can't take any credit for that.
And now, for your Southern Maine Community College, Seawolves! At guard from Bradley, Maine, number 10, Hannah Richards. At the other guard from Portland, Maine, number 15, Captain Ashley Matheson.
Deering High School player who we knew well back in the day.
From Maine, number 5, Captain Kyla Greenleaf. At the other forward from Windham, Maine, number 34, Captain Tara Blender. And at center from Norwalk, Connecticut, number 33, Asia Andrews.
Having a great year, Asia as well. The leaders in team statistics.
And assisted by Patrick Haviland, Venice Barnes, and Danielle Pinkham. Now, if everyone can please rise as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
We're set for tip-off here at Southern Maine Community College next.
You know, we've talked about it a couple times, Steve, is the Seawolves have played these games where they kind of got to be mentally tough, and this is going to be one of those games where they can't fall into that, well, these guys, we should roll over these guys, because that's not the playoff mentality. Playoff mentality is play hard right from the get-go and don't stop.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'm sure that coach has them ready for that situation, but Asia Andrews tips it off with Madison Lovely. And it's going to be a Seawolves possession here, as Hannah Richards will bring it out to the point. Round to Andrews. Stepping out will be Tara Flanders around the corner for the three. It doesn't fall. The rebound will come to Conley. Now, a press in the back court, and Kyla Greenleaf forces a turnover.
Well, for the Seawolves, they had a really tough loss here against the rival Mustangs, and I think that they want to try to get to the space where they can have a rematch. So they're going to have to be really mentally tough and play some really tough defense.
Yeah, so there's some great looks here for the Seawolves, but nothing's falling right now as the score is 0-0. 9-10 left here in the first. Once again, what do we have here? Yeah, so a second turnover quickly for Great Bay. And I guess the possession arrow, though, is going to actually go the other way. So jump ball forced, and Great Bay's possession as the officials sort it out. So now, coming the other way. In the corner and troubled is Portelli. And there's yet another turnover. So really 3 possessions and 1 jump ball, 2 turnovers quickly for Great Bay. So bringing it down now will be Ashley Matheson from a Deering High standout. These games we covered on WPPS back in the day. And a nifty shot in the middle by Asia Andrews puts the Seawolves on the board. A minute and a half in. And, that is tough going, and it's going to be another turnover. So far, every possession that Great Bay has had has led to a turnover situation. Of course, the possession hour now in favor of the Seawolves after Great Bay had that other issue. So now out around the horn. There's Andrews in the corner. She thinks better. A long 3 for Kyla Greenleaf.
Herons fouls. Player control number 23, Sydney McCarthy. That's her first, team's first.
Anyway, the ball is Ashley Madison's right now.
Flanders up to Matheson moves to her left, leaves it a little short. Great Bay with a rebound. Great Bay turns around, pushes it up floor, and Flanders intercepts. Pushes the tempo back fast, goes all the way. Nice pass to Richards.
And throwing it up and being fouled will be Hannah Richards.
Herons foul number 2, Jocelyn Miller. That's her first, team second. Hannah Richards in the line, 2 shots for the season.
So Richards at the line.
Jason Cole.
Buries the first one. Makes it 7-0 Seawolves. And there's 2. So here comes McCarthy, and you know, Southern Maine with the half-court press, and this is really quite the contest here. Why not throw it up and get a shot at it? We'll have a travel, so the first turnover for Southern Maine will. Oh no, excuse me, it's going to be a Great Bay turnover. So 9-0 is the score. 6.5 minutes left here in the first. And then posting up in the middle is Andrews. She'll kick it out for the 3. That time it doesn't fall for Greenleaf, but J.C. Cole's come in now, and she has the rebound. From the other side, here's Andrews underneath, and a nifty putback. Greenleaf lays it home on the offensive rebound. Well, you know, so what's really happening here is that's a nice move by Madison Lovely. The officials are going to let the game go forward. We call this in lacrosse warding. There's a lot of movement with the arm, pushing players out of the way and such. In some circles, that would be an offensive foul. The rebound will be taken by Jocelyn Miller. Keep in mind, folks, there were only 5 players for Great Bay, so they're going to be in the whole game.
Yeah, that's a toughie. Oof.
Yeah, that was tipped into the backcourt by Southern Maine, so there'll be no backcourt violation there. Well, there was an opportunity for, what's so interesting here is that, okay, it looked like the official was pointing to the other direction, but it was clearly I think he's still doing it. They look, the Great Bay player knew that the ball was off of her, but the official saw something different. Of course, we're not down there. I don't get paid to blow the whistle. So.
Yeah, no, it's look, I know at times we love to be critical, but I don't want to do it.
Nice ball movement and basket by Jocelyn Miller makes it 11-4 with 5 minutes left here in the first. Kicked back out again. The long 3 over everything. And it'll be Great Bay's ball. So 4:50 left here. 11-4 is the score. Southern Maine, as we might have expected, early in command here. Well, yeah, it's got to go up. And no violation as Richards got it. And an offensive rebound, and Asia Andrews for 3. So 7 points for her. And a nice move there, and a short jumper by Sydney McCarthy makes it 14-6. Now it comes the other way. it's a 2-3 zone, and you have to wonder if it's going to be that way most of the game with only 5 players. Inside, Asia Andrews once again for her 9th points of the game. Kyla Greenleaf follows with 5. So you can see McCarthy clearing out her defender. And Valerie Conley, as it's a man D right now for Southern Maine. And it's going to go the other way. Checking in for Southern Maine will be number 2, Paige St. Pierre, as Tara Flanders will take a break. St. Pierre from Waterville. We'll have a timeout, Great Bay. And, of course, coaches for Great Bay is going to have to be judicious in that because his players are going to need a rest. So we can talk to that.
Yeah, because I shut down our audio.
All right. So, first of all, I wouldn't do that if I didn't know that you could. But so that was a hospital asking me to do some judicial work.
Oh no, that's all good.
But I could easily, say forego that if I had to. I actually thought that was the Portland Police with an 879 number, but
no, all
they're
good.
874.
No. That takes precedent big time.
Okay.
It's time to get the support and education you need and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time.
Okay, we're back after the Great Bay timeout. Hopefully the women got a break and some water and an opportunity to just take a breather. Although it's early, of course. Well, going in for the offensive rebound, and that will be Great Bay ball, but Bailey Whitney had an opportunity there. So Bailey Whitney's in the game too. She's a sophomore forward, 5'11", out of Norway, Maine. Went to Oxford Hills. Oxford Hills prominent in the playoffs this year as they're ranked number 1 in the Northern Maine Class AA, and they're in the playoff mode with Chevrolet, ranked number 2, and our friend Bill Goodman. And that will stay Great Bay ball. So interesting here also is to see, we got 3 refs, plenty of eyes on the players as Alexius Thaberge will check in for Hannah Richards, who will take a break. And that is a nice move inside by Madison Lovely, the leading scorer of Great Bay. It's a 16-8 game. So Southern Maine taking things, I'd say, rather cautiously here. The long 3 misses. The rebound comes to Sydney McCarthy. McCarthy will bring it down. She's got St. Pierre on her and a blocking foul on St. Pierre.
I think the one big positive I'm taking away from the Seawolves' performance so far is Asia Andrews being a key part of the offense. She's got the size and the ability to control underneath, and I think there are times where she's not involved in the offense. So I think if they're going to do some damage in the playoffs, having her get this confidence boost right off the bat may be a really good thing for the Seawolves.
Well, yeah, that's a great thing to see. Asia Andrews is a sophomore center out of Newark, Connecticut, 6 feet. So the long 3 doesn't fall. The rebound will come to Conley. And another turnover. So multiple turnovers on the part of Great Bay. It's 8 turnovers to, I think Southern Maine has 1, but we only see 0 here on our sheet. 9 turnovers now for Great Bay, though. And the long 3 hit by Thaberge. So, well, kind of a fortunate chain of events there for McCarthy. And taking the ball in now will be Gianna Portelli, the junior guard out of Exeter, New Hampshire. All of the players, save for one here today, are from New Hampshire. On that team, they're shooting 2 here. Will be
Seawolves foul number 3, Alexis Thurber.
McCarthy on Alexius Thurberge's foul. So shooting 2 at the charity stripe will be Sydney McCarthy. She'll bury the first one. Makes it 19-9. It's a 10-point Southern Maine lead. I must say I'm not even sure what the mascot is for Great Bay.
The Herons.
The Herons.
Great Bay Community College Herons.
There you go.
I actually love their logo, too. I think they got one of the best logos in the league. I'm kind of a logo geek.
It's funny you should say that because my wife calls me Logo Boy. I rarely wear a shirt without some logo on it. So.
Yeah, I love logos and helmets and hats, and I go a little deeper than most sports fans.
The next time I go to a Little League World Series, I'll try to pick up a cap from somewhere.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
And yet another foul here. What happens if a Great Bay player fouls out? That is going to be an interesting thing.
They play. Yeah, it's happened before. We did a game in 19. I want to say, I can't remember who it was against. But yeah, they play with 4. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's a tough road.
Asia Andrews will hit the first of her 2 free throws. It gives the Seawolves a 10-point lead. Make it 11. 35 seconds left here in the first. Oh, there's the open player. And the steal. Thurberge comes up with it. She races down the left side. She's got a couple of trailers. She'll kick it back to J.C. Cole, who calls out a play. Yeah, and that shot had to happen, and it was a good one by Thurberge. So that's the end of the first, and Southern Maine enjoys a 23-10 lead.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
What's the sense of the difference? I guess they get an extra timeout. We are back here on the YSCC Sports Network. Steve Schwartz and Jeff Schools bringing you Southern Maine Community College women's playoff basketball action here on a beautiful Saturday in South Portland, Maine. Frankly, Jeff, I can't think of a better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than with you at this facility, and I've had the graciousness to invite me several times, and I've enjoyed it immensely.
Oh, I'm glad. No, I love. Big fan of your work with the Portland schools. I've been around you when I did lots of high school stuff back in the day, and know you are passionate about the quality of local sports. So glad to have you.
So that's a nice play there, a heads-up play by Sidney McCarthy. And prior to that, Kyla had the score for Southern Maine. There's another turnover. So it's 25-10, by the way, folks. It's as you can see, it's a 15-point lead. 9.5 minutes left. And, of course, the graphics are so great here, Jeff. I'm used to doing the high school game where we don't have any graphics.
Right, no, yeah.
And we have to constantly say the score. Now we get to talk about the players a little bit more. And Southern Maine, clearly a very, very good, well-disciplined team. The shot's not all falling for them right now. The rebound is Jocelyn Miller's. Second in the team in rebounding and third in scoring with 6 points a game. We know that Madison Lovely is their leader with 11 points and 11 rebounds, and their second leading scorer, Sidney McCarthy from Glens Falls, New York, 9 points a game. And Lovely to take the ball out right now, and Southern Maine not, pulling back its press at all. But it's broken. It's stolen, see, so it worked. And the three already won today. That's the second three for Kyla Greenleaf. Opens up an 18-point Seawolf lead. Pushed down by McCarthy now. Out to Portelli. Portelli inside. And back out again to Lovely. Cross court. And, they have to take those shots. They just have to. The rebound, I'll give Matheson credit for that, but they've got to get it off. Look at Madison go inside with a nifty move between a couple of players. It's now a 20-point Southern Maine lead. And another steal. Folks, it is 14 turnovers to none. I thought there might have been one earlier in the game. The official score doesn't see it that way. And so it really is 14 to none. And that tells the big story.
Yeah.
It's a 20-point lead here. Three defenders, the block. Greenleaf does it all on both ends of the court for Southern Maine. The nice feed. She gets the assist. Mariah Parker came in. So we'll have another timeout here with 7:27 left.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC. It's time.
Folks, we're back. Just to let you know, the leading scorer right now for Southern Maine is Asia Andrews with 11 points, including a three-pointer. Kyla Greenleaf is second with 10 points. She's 2 for 5 on three-pointers today. Third up, Alexis Thurberge with 5 points. Lovely and McCarthy lead Great Bay with 4 apiece, and Jocelyn Miller has 2. And the coach of Great Bay is Brian Scott. The assistant is Nicole Marrero. Brian Scott, also the athletic director at that school.
You talk about somebody that wears a lot of hats. A golf coach. I mean, he does a lot down there.
My goodness. And then head coach for Southern Maine, of course, Katie Stenard. Assistants Patrick Haviland, Venice Barnes, Danielle Pinkham. Matt Richards is the athletic director and the men's basketball coach. We've had a pleasure to speak with him a few times this year as well. His team on a tear as well. Ball comes in. It'll be Gianna Portelli. And she gets it into Madison Lovely. Lovely's got the ball. She's got Greenleaf on her. And a turnover. And you could just see her look at her coach in utter frustration. As Greenleaf will bring it down. So that doesn't fall. It's 32-10 still. Inside. The three-point look doesn't fall for Portelli. And York will get the ball and bring it in. And the 3 substitutions here is that Shea Pickering with the ball now. The long 3 by Kyla Greenleaf. Excuse me, that is Ashley Matheson. Everybody getting into the act today for Southern Maine.
That was pretty. We'll take a look at that one again. That's a pretty 3-ball.
Look at that long 3, well beyond, I think, the NBA 3 level. Nothing but net. And Sydney McCarthy, clearly the field general. She's going to take the 3. And I guess it'll be a long 2, but she'll get credit for it. 35-12 is the score. And that was a well-executed screen by Mariah Parker, which led to that bucket. Matheson with 7 points now in this game, and we're going to have some free substitutions right now. 5 players will come in for Southern Maine, and you know, in some ways you're going to see your young players play. You're going to see some starters come back in periodically, and you get fresh legs, you get fresh looks, but you also get to see what your team can do. And you just see J.C. Cole, the freshman from Jay, hit the 3. It's 40-12 here with 5.5 minutes left here in the second quarter, and another turnover. That Southern Maine has no turnovers is simply remarkable, as well as the 16 on the part of Great Bay.
Yeah, I think that's, winning playoff basketball is executing and not turning the ball over. And you do that, you're going to win some ball games.
Yeah, so the nice offensive rebound by Tara Flanders leads to the basket by Paige St. Pierre. Now on the break. Well, dribbling into Southern Maine players that were really already there waiting for them. And yet another turnover. So 17 for the Herons, none for Southern Maine. I've never seen a game like this.
Yeah. It's a tough, look, Great Bay is going to play hard, but it's a tough situation when you only got 5 players and you've had a tough season. Record-wise, it's, they deserve a lot of credit for continuing to fight through.
Oh, they do indeed. They really do. Tara Flanders had that bucket for 2. She's from Wyndham. So now the cutting player inside, and the nice bucket by Madison Lovely makes it 43-14, 29-point lead here. And stepping in for the two will be Thurberge.
Well, now they're starting to hit. They started off kind of slow from the field, but man, there was one point they were under 30, and now they're shooting almost 50% from the floor. What an improvement.
You know, one of the telling statistics is Great Bay is shooting at 50% too. They're not getting shots off.
Yeah, the Seawolves defense is just too tough for them.
Between that and the turnovers, which of course is brought about largely by defense, but not exclusively today.
Yep, totally.
Mariah Parker from Madison, New Hampshire will check in, the 5'5" freshman. And taking the ball up will be J.C. Cole from Jay. The long three by Maddie York. Maddie York, the freshman from Nobleboro, Maine, went to Lincoln Academy studying radiography, I should say. The bank doesn't work, but inside for the offensive rebound and kicked back out again was Lovely. Oh my gosh. The open three in the corner for Thurberge. She is going to take over the lead in scoring here, or at least, no, she'll have 10. She'll be second. And another timeout. We'll be back.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC. It's time.
Should the Seawolves win today and hold on, they will play the winner of number 3 UMaine Augusta and number 6 Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. They play tomorrow. So that'll be a second round game. 51-14 here with 2.5 left in the first half.
10-second violation. Turnover. Seawolves ball.
And another turnover.
You know, I should have brought in the brackets. That would have been smart of me to do, isn't it? I think I'd be smart enough to do that.
You're pretty smart. Another long three. This time it doesn't fall for York as it did before. You know, I hate to say it, but with almost every turnover, I feel like I want to speak more in a golf voice.
It is hard when the building is not, you know, quite full.
Yeah, and it isn't. And let's see.
Jump ball. Possession here.
So the Herons get the ball on the possession arrow on the jump. And Portelli will take it in. Way out to McCarthy. McCarthy inside and another turnover. Heads up play by Shea Pickering to avoid the travel. And pass the ball over to a teammate. Now Cole with the ball. Maddie York, cross court. The three is up, and it is hit by Shea Pickering. Drewsville, New Hampshire, liberal studies major. So a 40-point lead here, and cut down now as Lovely takes that. 3 players already in double figures for Southern Maine, Andrews, Thaberge, and Greenleaf. A long 3 by Cole. That's her 5th point of the game. We're in the last minute of the first half. Even just simple transitioning of the ball just isn't working, Jeff. I mean, just a simple pass off.
There, I brought in the old brackets.
There you have it.
So they will, Seawolves, if they are victorious today, will end up playing the winner of Albany College of Pharmacy and UMA to play tomorrow. And then CM gets a bye, and Paul Smiths and NHTI play tomorrow as well.
And we're back live as Cole has the ball. She'll kick it around to Mariah Parker. Back again, she calls some players through. The long 3 doesn't fall. And yeah, see, that's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, unforced.
Yeah, but you know, Coach Stenard may want to see what's her team going to do with 1.4 left and what kind of play are they going to put in here to put it up. And they're going to get it back to their 3-point shooter. And that's what they would have wanted. It didn't fall for Maddie York that time. We'll go into halftime with the score, 57 Seawolves, 16 Herons.
The second half will begin in approximately 15 minutes.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC. It's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC. It's time.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
More people are at work today, earning bigger take-home pay than ever before.
But what happens when the tide isn't coming? What happens if the tide is going out? What happens when things get hard, or when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? In 1946, SMCC was founded to help veterans returning from a world war get back on their feet. And we've carried that legacy throughout our 75 years as Maine's most trusted and accessible education center, an innovative institution that's never been afraid of change. Even as we celebrate this milestone, we're adapting under the weight of a pandemic and offer the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in, always.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCA.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
More people are at work today, earning bigger take-home pay than ever before.
But what happens when the tide isn't coming? What happens if the tide is going out? What happens when things get hard, or when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? In 1946, SMCC was founded to help veterans returning from a world war get back on their feet. And we've carried that legacy throughout our 75 years as Maine's most trusted and accessible education center. An innovative institution that's never been afraid of change. Even as we celebrate this milestone, we're adapting under the weight of a pandemic and offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in, always.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just to fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCA.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. But what happens when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in. Always.
It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, get started at SMCC. It's time.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
We're back here at halftime with a 57-16 lead on the part of the Seawolves. This is Steve Schwartz and Jeff Schools for the YSCC Sports Network, bringing you SMCC women's basketball playoff action. So at the half, the leader for the Seawolves in points scored is Asia Andrews with 11, including one three-pointer. Alexis Thiberge is next with 10, and she has the strength of also 2 for 3 three-point shooting. And Kyla Greenleaf has 10 points. She's 2 for 5 on three-pointers. Ashley Matheson 1 for 1 on three-pointers, 7 points. J.C. Cole with 5. She also has a three-pointer. So does Shea Pickering, who has 3 points. So does Maddie York, who has 1 and 3 points. Paige St. Pierre with 2. Hannah Richards with 2. Mariah Parker with 2. And Tara Flanders will round it out with 2. For the Great Bay Community College, leading them has been their season leader all year, Madison Lovely with 8 points. Sydney McCarthy, their field general, next with 6 points. Jocelyn Miller with 2. Connolly and Portella yet to score. Miller also has 3 rebounds. Valerie Conley, though she hasn't scored, leads the team in rebounds with 5. Interestingly, shooting 41.2 from the field, whereas and the Seawolves are shooting 50% from the field. 22 turnovers to none, folks. And that is one of the huge differences in today's game. And points off of turnovers, 30 of the 57 points for the Seawolves have been off of turnovers, and 0 points, of course, because there haven't been any turnovers for the Seawolves, so the Great Bay has none. Now, we're waiting for Great Bay to come out from the locker room, and here they come. No question, taking a well-deserved rest.
Get every second of breather that you can get when you have 5 players.
I have to agree with you from what you stated before, though, Jeff. You have to give these young women credit for coming out here and giving their all and knowing that they're not even going to get a break, that it's impossible to get a break.
Yeah, and look, there have been times in the past in this league where teams have folded, where they get down to 5 players and the players decide we're done, and I think, it takes a lot of mental toughness to roll out 5 kids and kids, young adults.
Well, if you're a future employer, one of the things you're doing is looking at who has, withstood the tests of a basketball season under conditions like that.
Well, you can say that again.
So here we go with second half action. Inside, and the block by Lovely denies Tara Flanders. No. Flanders on the fall, doesn't fly, so Lovely with the rebound. She's got McCarthy. McCarthy stops, that's sometimes the real difficulty. And here comes Greenleaf on the break, and she'll just lay it in. McCarthy has run into some difficulty with that trap and consequently has turned it over a few times. Well, she'll be blocked.
Seawolves ball number 10,
Hannah Richards, that's her first foul. Hannah Richards leads the Seawolves with an average of 14.3 points a game. Today she's been held to much less than that. And there's another turnover and laid home by Hannah Richards, just as we speak about her. And the full court press is still on. McCarthy from the line will hit it. So 61-18 here. Minute and a half into the third quarter. Greenleaf thinks better. In the middle to Andrews, who finds underneath for the nice shot, Tara Flanders. That'll be Flanders' fourth point of the game. Here's McCarthy, and she'll dump it off to the left to Lovely. And my goodness, folks, almost another steal. Greenleaf giving no quarter here, and neither is Andrews as she gets the block. And the rebound quickly to Hannah Richards. Hustles down, gonna do it all the way and in. Chance for the old-fashioned three-pointer. The foul will be on Gianna Portelli.
Gianna Portelli, that's her second, team's first and third.
We talked about the issue of foul trouble, and only two players for Great Bay have two fouls, and that's in McCarthy and Gianna Portelli. And that doesn't fall. The rebound will come to Lovely. Lovely leads the Herons in rebounds, and she does today as well. With 5 as she ties Valerie Conley.
Herons foul number 10, Valerie Conley. That's her first.
That's Conley's first foul.
Substitution for the Seawolves number 3, Alexis Thurberge, and also in for the Seawolves number 12.
Thurberge will check in for Hannah Richards. And here's Matheson for the long three. And it will be the Herons' ball. A glorious day here in South Portland, Maine. And we watch women's playoff basketball action. Ooh. McCarthy goes down. She twists her ankle. And we're going to have an injury on the floor. Timeout.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout while they look at her.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
So, as if things were not already bad enough for Great Bay, they now will be on the court with 4 players, as Sydney McCarthy will get worked on by the trainer here. She twisted her ankle. She's got an ankle injury. Lovely's inside. Fall away. Nice opportunity. Asia Andrews with the rebound. Now coming the other way, Ashley Matheson. This is akin to a power play in hockey. Something that you see, I dare say I've never seen it in calling basketball games for 20 years. So Bailey Whitney with the basket there.
Yeah, like I said, we've had it happen a couple times. I wish I could remember who the opponent was, but it was same deal. They actually had 2 injuries, so they had 6 players. But they had 2 injuries, 1 injury and a foul out. And yeah, so I've seen it before. It's a tough road. It's a tough road.
That was Jocelyn Miller with that long 2, banked it home. Now the good look. Doesn't fall, but nice rebound and bucket. It goes to Bailey Whitney again on the feed from Tara Flanders. 69-20 is the score. Well, there's the cutting player, didn't see it, wasn't looking really for it. And yet another turnover. Kicked back out again. Lovely gets the ball to jump on the 50-50. And we have an injury to Tara Flanders, who is limping off.
Oof.
You can see her to the right of our screen, so she's going to take a break, and the trainer's going to be busy here, but she's going to have to wait for a moment. She is grimacing in pain right now.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not great.
Again, the nice putback. Second time in a row, Bailey Whitney is where she needs to be underneath. Makes it 71-20. A 51-point Southern Maine lead. Well, why not? Pop it up. Andrews with the rebound. And here's Cole with the ball. She'll dribble it to the corner to St. Pierre. Everybody in the act, but the rebound comes to Lovely on the miss by Cole. Lovely will try to take it coast to coast. No foul. Very, very loosely called game today, and probably appropriately so. In the middle, in the paint, doesn't fall. Andrews with the rebound, kicks it back out again. And again, a nice feed. But that time, Bailey Whitney did not convert. Here's the Lovely, and she travels. At some level, that's an obvious situation. It's 28 turnovers to none.
Yeah, that I've never seen. That I definitely have never seen.
Shea Pickering will check in for the Seawolves, as does Mariah Parker. Maddie York is in as well. Here's Cole in the corner. A nice drive home by Maddie York. A 53-point Seawolf lead. It's not going to get any easier for the Seawolves. Another turnover. In and out. And the rebound comes to Lovely, and she's going to try to take it down. 1-on-3, though. And she holds back. 2-2. As Miller shoots, St. Pierre comes up with it. Oh, nice play underneath. Doesn't fall, but a great pass. Another opportunity here. Here's Cole for the two. For the two. 55-point lead. It's 30 turnovers to none. That tells the tale of the tape here. So it's going to remain Seawolf ball here. Lovely. Over half court. And the shot clock violation. 31st turnover for the Herons. J.C. Cole with the ball. Cross court. St. Pierre. Rebound and blocked by Maddie York. Lovely has two on her. Well, there is a little bit of good ball movement here on a 4-on-5, but there's a two-pointer for Jocelyn Miller. Nice drive. Doesn't fall for St. Pierre, so she'll kick it back out again. Cole now to York. And York does hit the three. And Lovely will have Pickering on her. She spins. Oh, my goodness gracious. There's got to be a travel there. Way too many steps. McCarthy's on the bench. We'll see if she comes in for the fourth quarter or not. She's certainly taking a break now after that ankle injury. And also being worked on the other side is Tara Flanders for Southern Maine. She's got ice on her left ankle.
Hopefully that's not serious. They need her to make a deep run for sure.
No. Not as York goes down to the floor, and that's going to end it. 78-22, 3 quarters have been played.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. But what happens when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in. Always.
Well, we're back here between quarters, and Jeff, you have some out-of-town scores.
Yeah, so men's, we got the YSCC Elite 8 tournaments going on right now, started today. Let's see, up at Paul Smith College in Paul Smith, New York, the Great Bay Herons are leading Paul Smith 49-46 at halftime. Currently in the second half in Auburn, Vermont Tech leads Central Maine 38-32. Obviously here we have 78-22 score here, and I think I got one more. Let's see, NHTI Maine just got underway in Concord. So yeah, today and tomorrow the Elite 8 will finish up, and we'll figure out what the schedule is going to look like for next week.
Thank you, sir. J.C. Cole in the corner. She's going to throw it up. The rebound will be Valerie Conley's. She's got to do something. It's lovely. Oh, goodness gracious. An interception by Maddie York. On the break. Oh, just misses for Paige St. Pierre. And the foul will be on Mariah Parker. So the first foul here of the quarter. Not many fouls in this game. Inside, a nice pass by Lovely. Doesn't fall for Miller. Rebound will come out to Pickering. She looks for the open player underneath. She's going to keep it outside. That's nice ball movement. The basket by York, but it's an interesting perspective as McCarthy is staying out. So with only 5 players, it's going to be 5-on-4, it looks like, for the remainder, as she has ice on her left ankle.
Yeah.
So 2 players with actually ice in their left ankles, one for Southern Maine. It's going to be another turnover. If you're keeping score at home, folks, 35 turnovers to none is what it is right now. Cole inside. In and out for Parker. The rebound to Lovely. Lovely dribbles beyond 2 players, and there's a player underneath, and you just had hoped that maybe she'd have the presence there to put it up. Instead, a second offensive rebound for Lovely, and she's fouled. So Lovely hits double figures with 10. She can make it 11, which is her season average. In and out, rebound to Mariah Parker. Cole quickly down. On the left side, York doesn't fall. And a jump ball, this time possession arrow to the Herons. Lovely over half court. Screen is called. Stopping. Miller has the right idea. She can just concentrate a little to get it closer to the basket. This team certainly has grit. And a shot clock violation. And you can thank Southern Maine for that, because they really have a defense that's even before they had a man advantage that is swarming. Short jumper doesn't fall. Certainly a chance to see what you can do in a game situation. This time the other side. That time St. Pierre gets the 3. Four players in double figures for the Seawolves. Is lovely. Nice move and the right-handed layup on the left side. 83-26. 6.5 minutes left as the clock ticks away. Nice play, nice ball movement. Parker ends up converting. That'll be her 4th point of the game. Everybody in the act on the Southern Maine bench here today has been in the game. Everybody has scored. So I have to wonder if there's going to be a record here in terms of not just the number of turnovers, which is 37 right now, but because Southern Maine has 0 in the disparity of turnovers. We have a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a game where we have zero turnovers. So, all right, we'll take a quick break.
There's something better out there. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, get started at SMCC. It's time.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
So we're off the timeout here. The 4 players for Southern Maine in double figures. Kyla Greenleaf with 12, Asia Andrews with 11, Alexis Theberge with 10, and Maddie York with 10. Here's J.C. Cole now with St. Pierre on the right side. It's a 2-2 zone. Rebound to Mariah Parker. The 3 is up. It doesn't fall for York, but Parker fights for it. It'll be the Heron ball. And taking it down right now will be Gianna Portelli. Oop, Lovely loses it almost. No. Here you go. And again, it's an easy play for Paige St. Pierre, but you're the coach. You want to see how your team is going to do when they have the opportunity. You don't want to see them not making layups, certainly. Lovely spin. She's got St. Pierre on her. She comes over the basket. Doesn't fall. The rebound to Pickering. Shea Pickering will bring it down herself or give it over to J.C. Cole. Bring it over half court. On the left side. Up and in as it spins around for Mariah Parker. St. Pierre and Cole and Matheson could all get up to double figures with a 3-pointer. And here's Cole now on the break. She'll bring it back out again and unselfishly pass it over to Mariah Parker to get her 2 points. Set to check in for Southern Maine will be Alexis Theberge. And a steal. And here comes the break. It doesn't fall, but there are 4 Southern Maine players there. Oh my goodness. And finally fouled, and with the basket it'll be Maddie York. And that will be on Jocelyn Miller. That's her second foul. Teams first. The referees get credit, too, for calling a game like this the right way. Only the most obvious of fouls are being called.
Yeah, it's you have to adapt to the game that you're calling, and I think this crew's done a really, really good job at that.
Maddie York will be at the line. She converts. 94-26 is the score. It is a hefty, hefty lead. And another turnover. And a break. Here's J.C. Cole. This time she's going to finish it.
J.C. Cole for 2.
So, Jocelyn Miller the ball now inside to Lovely. Lovely will shoot over to Berge for 2. And here's Cole inside the paint. She'll kick it out to the left side, and the bucket will go to Mariah Parker. That's her 10th point of the game, so she's in double figures now. Here's J.C. Cole, coast to coast. And she'll be fouled, shooting 2. The foul will be on Gianna Portelli. 5 players in double figures right now. There could be 6 if Cole converts one of these 2, because she has 9 points so far. Not that time. And the rebound comes to Conley. Now quickly up to Lovely. Hit out. It'll be Heron ball. And Coach Scott will take a timeout. And so will we.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
We're back with the last 2.5 minutes of this contest. Mercifully over here in just 2.5 minutes.
Again, I don't think it can be said enough, giving the Herons a lot of credit. They have not hung their head. They have not, slowed down. They've fought every step of the way. They've played a tough ball game. So it's, I wouldn't want to be on the floor at that kind of deficit, but these guys have really hung in there and played tough.
And it is, in fact, a 70-point deficit here, folks. And, Southern Maine a little cold right now, but continuing to get offensive rebounds as Cole will hit the 3, and she now breaks into double figures with 12. That is 6 Southern Maine players with double figures here today, and Lovely goes down hard, and another turnover. 101-28. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. J.C. Cole now. Pickering. Stepping out will be Thaberge. Cole's going to throw up the 3. And she gets it. So J.C. Cole now with 12 points, now 15. She'll lead all scorers today. That's a travel.
Travel violation. Turnover, Seawolves ball.
Actually, you know, she let's see. 14 points for Lovely, so she does lead all scorers. And here's, again, awfully tough underneath, and the foul. As Maddie York will be fouled by Valerie Conley.
Valerie Conley, that's her second, team's third for the quarter.
Her second foul.
On the line, 2 shots for the Seawolves.
Maddie York already with 13 points today. Make it 14. 50 seconds left here. And a steal. Pulled back by Thaberge. Over to J.C. Cole. They'll probably hold on to it here as Maddie York kicks it around. They'll just go back and forth. The rebound to Conley. 11 seconds left as Lovely tries to dump it off. Well, she's got a break of sorts, 1-on-4. And that is going to end this game with the score, your Seawolves 105 and the Herons 28. I'm going to go ahead and wrap for you here. And we'll start with the players of Great Bay. Madison Lovely led Great Bay, second in scoring today on the floor altogether, as she had 14 points. She also had 15 rebounds. Sydney McCarthy was next because she had that awful injury in the second half here. So 8 points she had today with 3 rebounds. Jocelyn Miller, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Valerie Conley, no points but 11 rebounds. Portelli with a rebound and 4 assists. And your Seawolves.
I'm going to throw a little bit of curveball at you because you said a stat, and I'm like, we got to switch up. J.C. Cole, she doesn't get a lot of time out on the floor and has to be our player of the game. Leading point scorer, hit a couple big threes, so got to give her that credit.
Well, that's great, Jeff. You know, I knew that you had thought also that Asia Andrews came out so strong today and didn't have a lot of minutes because they didn't need her, but she had 11 points. So let's go through it. J.C. Cole had 15 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists. Maddie York had 14 points for the Seawolves, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Kyla Greenleaf, 12 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Asia did have 11 points as well as 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Alexis Thaberge had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Mariah Parker also 10 points, 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Paige St. Pierre with 3 rebounds, 7 points. And Ashley Matheson with 7 points. Hannah Richards with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Bailey Whitney with 6 points, 4 rebounds. And Tara Flanders, 4 points and 4 rebounds. Shea Pickering, 3 points and 5 rebounds. Can't say enough about this tremendous Seawolves team. They were expected to win today. They were expected to win big today, and they did what they set out to do, Jeff.
Yep, and they took care of business on the home court, so now they get another chance to play another home game. They'll play the winner of University of Maine Augusta Moose against Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. That game happens tomorrow, so by tomorrow we should know, early afternoon tomorrow, we should know both opponents here, at the hub, because the men will have a home game as well. Right now we just don't know who, and we don't know which day, but just make sure you guys keep an eye on the Go SMCC Seawolves website, and we'll have all the updated playoff information.
Folks, that's going to be a wrap from South Portland, where today the Southern Maine Seawolves defeat the Great Bay Herons 105-28. This is Steve Schwartz for Jeff Schools for the YSCC Sports Network, saying so long, see you next time.